Welcome to the Notary Educators with Kimmi Podcast. Hosts Kimmi and Jeff Nunnally, along with Alexis Franklin, share expert insights to help you launch and grow a successful mobile notary business no matter what state you are commissioned in. Learn how to become a top-notch loan signing agent and get answers to common notary questions. Explore our all-inclusive $47 monthly training library, plus live weekly online coaching sessions with courses on general notary work, wedding efficient services, remote online notary, ink fingerprinting, apostille, translation services, and I-9 completion. Notary Educators, LLC is your one-stop shop for notary training. Tune in to the Notary Educators with Kimmi podcast and subscribe to the Notary Educators with Kimmi's YouTube channel also for more tips. Take your notary business to new heights.
Educators with Kimmi. Hi guys, I hope all is well. I do apologize for the delay. I was live on StreamYard, but for some reason it wasn't connected to YouTube. So what that's all about, I don't know. And I pay them good money per month. So I have to go back and find out what that's all about. But anyway, welcome to Notary Educators with Kimmi. I'm your girl Kimmi, number one notary educator / number one notary. I want to say welcome to those on YouTube and those who will listen to the replay and those who will listen to the podcast and listen to the replay, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. I'm a little off right this second because it didn't go through and I'm upset about that. I had talked for a whole 4 minutes over there. Hello, Rashante. How are you? What a beautiful name. Yeah, so I'm upset about that. I'm over there just pouring out my heart. And then I said, you know what? I don't think this is connected to YouTube. So anyway, I had to come back over here and go live on my phone, which is not what the plan was. Even though I do love the lighting on my telephone versus my laptop. But anyway, that's not what you came for. Today we are talking about how to become a notary signing agent. Why you should. I'm going to roll out my new book. Boom. You know, I got a book. This book is 4 years in the making. 4 years in the making. Become a notary signing agent. And I love this book. It is really beautiful. You know, anything I do is going to be the best, y'all. It's going to be the best. So we'll come back to the book in just a second. Rashante says, doing well. I hope you are. Yes, I'm doing amazing. Thank you for asking. Thank you. So let's hop right into it. We're going to talk about, is it too late to become a notary signing agent? I'm going to give you some training tips, how to be successful. And of course, we're going to roll out the new book. Boom. And we're also going to talk about the mentorship program. Okay, so let's get right into it. Is it too late to become a notary signing agent? No. Why? Because property is still being sold every single day. Every single day, property is being sold. Not only through loan signing companies now, they're not just focusing on loans. Now signing companies to have grown their business also. So sometimes under the same heading of being a loan signing agent, you may receive documents dealing with inheritance. You may receive notices that they just need to send out a document to someone, like serve them some papers. It is all kind of assignments that come through signing companies nowadays. It is not just loans, okay, or mortgage related products. Also, a training tip that I want to leave for you is to make sure you're a great notary. In order to become a loan signing agent and to be a great one, you have to be a great notary. Most people don't even know that you have to be a notary to be a signing agent because they hear such titles as loan signing agent or executive signing agent, all these fancy titles, right? But at the end of the day, you're just a notary that handles loan documents. So if you don't know how to notarize properly, you have no business doing business, okay? You shouldn't be trying to be a loan signing agent and you don't know what an acknowledgement is, a jurat is, how to stamp a paper. It's just as plain as that, okay? So the first tip I'm going to give you today is know how to be a great notary. Yes, you will administer oaths as a loan signing agent, okay? Because you're doing notarial duties. And if you're doing them correctly, there will be times where you're sitting at the table with someone in $1 million property, $500,000 property, and you must put them under oath. Okay? And if you're not doing that, you're not doing it correctly. I see a lot of notaries out there. They're like, I didn't know I was supposed to do that. And I know it's not happening because when I have clients, they often will tell me, oh, I never haven't had anyone do that before. Yes. So that may mean that you need to know how to be a proper notary before you can become a what? Boom, a loan signing agent. Okay. This is my new book for those who are just joining us. Become a notary loan signing agent. And guess what, guys? It's not that complicated. So back to, is the market over saturated? I already answered that when I said that properties are being sold every day. Loan signing companies are receiving different assignments that they're using notaries for, not just mortgage related property. But it's not oversaturated for another reason. Many notaries out there are accepting assignments, don't know what they're doing. And that is why the signings are so low. When I started almost 6 years ago, one assignment was easily $125 from a signing company. Easily. But they cannot even afford to pay that anymore because notaries don't know what they're doing. And they already know they got to pay me to go out. Well, not me. Let's start with somebody else because I know what I'm doing. They have to pay you to go out. If you don't know what you're doing, you just start signing up, taking jobs. They have to pay you. Then you're going to mess it up because you haven't had any proper training. You don't know how to notarize. Okay, no shade. But then they got to pay the next notary to go out. And more than likely, that one also doesn't know what they are doing. So then they have to call me the pro. And they already know I'm not leaving my house for $20. They already know that. So by the time they call me, it's like, you know what? We got to go ahead and pay her at least $75, at least $100. They already know that. They know who to call and who not to call. Okay. They know how important the job is. If it's something they could take a risk on, like a loan modification, yeah, let's give it to Susie. Let's give her a try. If she messed it up, we only paid her $20. Now we can pay the next person $30. Okay, because when you see the statements, they are making all this money, right? You see the statements, the closing disclosure, the CD, you see it. So you see how much money on there. Notary made, the company made $300, but they only paid you $20 because they already know they got to pay 2 other people to go out there. Let's get a couple of comments and then we'll come back to some more conversation. Rashante says, I was looking on YouTube for a North Carolina notary and you popped up. I don't know how, LOL, but I'm so grateful. Because guess what, Rashante? Your girl teaches all 50 states. And if you missed the opening, oh, that was in the other video that went bad. The reason I could teach in all 50 states, even though I'm in the state of Georgia, is because all of your documents will not originate from North Carolina. When you are a notary, you're going to see documents from California, from Florida, from Alabama, from Jamaica, okay, from Africa, anywhere, Nigeria, okay? Your documents are going to come literally from all over the world. Literally. Pakistan, Uruguay, Mexico, right? Especially when you start doing apostilles. So you need to know as a notary how to process everything. So yes, I am physically in the state of Georgia, but most of my work is not even from the state of Georgia. The documents come from other states. So you need to know how to process anything, even if it doesn't have any notarial wording. Okay, so in my book, How to Become a Notary Signing Agent, I am going over everything you need to know how to become a successful notary signing agent. I'll go through a few other topics, and as we do, we'll do a little training, okay? We already talked about understanding notary basics. That's how to properly notarize, okay? Then you also have to know what you can do in your state, okay? All states are not created equal when it comes to notarizing long documents. I am in the state of Georgia. There are certain documents that I will never notarize as a notary, because I'm in what's called an attorney state. I do talk about that a little bit in the book. I'm going to talk about it here. An attorney state means an attorney has to be a part of that transaction some kind of way. I cannot just notarize those documents. An attorney has to explain certain documents. Okay, so that's an attorney state. So a couple of attorney states would be like South Carolina. It's an attorney state, okay? There are a few attorney states. So you have to look at your handbook and make sure, am I in an attorney state? And even though you are an attorney state, you can still make money because, as I mentioned, most of my documents that I notarize don't even originate in the state of Georgia. They're from other states. People are selling properties in Florida, but they happen to relocate to Georgia. They're selling a property in California, but now they live here in Georgia, or they're visiting Georgia on vacation. Okay, so all of your documents are not going to come from your state. Now, let's get back to the book really quick. So we talked about some of the difference between a notary and a signing agent in the book. And I kind of went over that here with you too. Again, a notary is going to do everything out there. Okay, it's a lot under that umbrella. But notary signing agent typically focuses on mortgage documents. That's the major difference. You do have a higher level of certification required. For a notary, you don't need a certification. You just need your state level. But to become a notary signing agent and work with signing companies, then you will have to go through the National Notary Association. There's no way about that. No workaround. Some people say, you don't have to do that. You don't have to pay them $99. If you want to work with the major players, you will have to. Okay. Now, my training that we have as part of our mentorship program will prepare you for the notary signing agent test. Okay. There's a small course at the NNA. But that course, if you're brand new to the industry, you're not going to know what to do probably. Some people will, but the majority of you won't. So many people have taken our notary signing agent training, and that has prepared them, because our training takes you literally from the time you accept the assignment to the end what to do. Okay, so you can get that course as part of the mentorship program, $47 all inclusive, for all the trainings, or you can buy it individually. Okay, at 60% off. Coupon code is WIN2025. Okay, so let's get back to a couple more training tips for you. Okay, when it comes to doing your notary loan signing business, you also want to know how to explain the documents. Now, not perfectly, okay? Because that is not your role. This is your main tip I want you to take away today. Your role as a notary signing agent is just to go out there, identify your client, be able to give a brief explanation as to what they're signing. Because I had a lady the other day, and she was signing, and she was like, what is this? I'm like, she had already looked at the documents before I got there. I always let them look at the dollar amount before we get started. I'm giving you a lot of tips at one time. I'm sorry. I hope you're taking notes. So before I get started, though, I always start with the numbers. Make sure that closure and disclosure is correct. Make sure they are receiving the money that they discussed with whomever. If it was a lender, if it was a seller, if the buyer side, whatever you're doing, make sure, hey, are these numbers correct, Mr. Smith? Is this what you all talked about? Because if the numbers are not right, guess what? That signing is not going to happen. You are wasting your time. So always start with the numbers, okay? I gave you a lot of tips right there. Hey, Donna Matt. Thank you. Hey, Lisa. Yes, I'm rolling out my new book. These ladies are in membership, but this is my new book. Become a Notary Loan Signing Agent. Check it out. Check it out. And it's funny because this book was supposed to be out almost 4 years ago. I just didn't have time. I kept trying to write it, and it just didn't happen the way it was supposed to. And I'm not going to put it out if it's not right. I even include some sample documents in here. I'll go over a couple of those with you right quick as part of this training that I promised. You have the closure and disclosure. And on that closure and disclosure, again, you don't have to know everything about this, but you need to be able to explain a little bit, okay? So the closure and disclosure has all the numbers. It has the loan amount, the interest rate, what the monthly principal and interest are. So if I was explaining this to my client, again, I don't have to know everything. I didn't write the loan, right? Did you write the loan? No, but we need to be able to explain something because we're pros, right? Anything we do at Notary Educators, we're going to do it like a pro. So how would I explain this to my client? So Mr. Smith, this is your loan amount. This is your interest rate. This is the monthly interest and principal together. Does that look like what they explained to you during your process? So I'm going to always confirm, okay? I don't have to know everything, but I should know something if I'm going out there as a professional, okay? And that's what I'm going to encourage you to do too. Know how to present. And we go over that in the Loan Signing Agent course, okay? We're very thorough. What else is in here? So we have a copy of the CD. We have the deed of trust. Okay, the deed, what's the address of the property? I always like to confirm that with the client. Okay, so that's in the book for you. First payment letter, we like to go over that. Those are more numbers. Anytime there's numbers involved, I'm going to encourage you to go over that with your client. Okay, so this is in the Notary Signing Agent book, but the course will take you step by step how to handle a signing at the table. And many of you are afraid you're not taking signings. I don't like that. Even in our mentorship program, I'm like, first take the course, okay? I want you to be a pro, take the course, and then take the signing. If you get stuck out there, we got you. We have your back. That's what we do at Notary Educators in the mentor program. Any question you have, we're going to help you through that. Now, does that mean we're not going to push back sometime, especially if we think you should know something? You know, we know you've been doing this for 2 months, 3 months, and now you're asking like, okay, such and such, I'm going to challenge you because I want you to be a pro. So our people are doing some amazing things, okay? Let's see what else we have. We have some more comments. Said hi to Lisa. Blue Truth says, happy Friday, Lady Kimmi. You look lovely in your yellow. Enjoy your blessed, fun weekend. Thank you, Blue Truth. What's up? What's up? Yeah, I had to do a little extra to roll out my new book. You know, yellow is our color over here. Plus, it just makes you feel good, right? So you guys can feel free to drop some questions in there. I also go over in this book how to handle problem solving, okay? We got to learn how to problem solve at the signing table. Everything is not going to be textbook. It's just not. So when you're at the signing table, I have a couple things here. I'm going to go through one of them for you. If a client asks questions about their loan terms, you don't have to panic. You don't have to be nervous because we got you covered as to what to say. And I'm going to tell you right now. But there are more tips in the book, okay? But I'm going to give you one right now. If a signer asks about their interest rate or loan conditions, politely direct them to their loan officer rather than attempting to explain. Again, you can tell them, you can show them how much it is, but you can't tell them why. They may ask you, they may say, hey, Miss Notary or Mr. Notary, because we got a lot of men in the mentorship program now. I got to get used to saying more Mrs. and a Mr. So we got a lot of men. They may ask you, Mr. or Mrs. Notary, can you tell me why is my interest rate 4.5? I don't know. I didn't write the loan, right? So I would refer them back to the lender. Well, Mr. or Mrs. Smith, I'm going to refer you back to your lender, okay? And even sometimes doing that initial confirmation call, you can make sure with your client, have you had a chance to look at your numbers? You know, I would do that sometimes during my confirmation call. All right, my confirmation call goes really quick, something like this. Hey, Mr. or Mrs. Smith, I'm Kimberly. I'm going to be your notary and if you say notary signing agent, they don't know what you're talking about. That's why you got to just know you're a notary at the end of the day, okay? I keep it real. Now, we know as notary signing agent, and that means we get paid a little bit more, right? But when you call your client, keep it simple. I'm your notary. I'm going to be your notary tonight for your seller property, for the seller package of the address such and such, such and such, such and such, okay? For the signing at 123 Love Lane. And I'll ask them, so have you had a chance to look over your numbers? Did the lender send you a copy of everything? And they'll say, typically they're going to say yes. It's very rare that they say they have not seen the numbers yet, okay? If they say no, then you'll just say, okay, well, I'll show them to you when I get there. Hopefully you have already received them before I arrive. And when they say yes, by the time I get there to the signing, I'm not doing a whole lot of rigmarole. We're going to look at the numbers again because I always like people to see what they're signing, okay? They may have told them one thing on the phone. They may have looked at one thing on the internet, but I want them to see exactly what they're signing in front of me. I want to make sure there's no problem. If I told you that, if I showed you documents that said 200,000 and you were expecting something for 150, that's a problem. Okay? So that's why I don't care what they've received. I take a few extra minutes. I'm not that notary that's going out there just rushing. It's like a Zorro, just sign here. We got to keep it moving. No, because if you don't handle it on the front end, they're going to call you on the back end. It's just no way around that. Okay? There's no way. So this is all extra. You know how we do. Check out the book. So, I give you some scenarios on how to handle that at the closing table. And I'm just really proud of this new book here, Notary Signing Agent. It's not that complicated. How to become one. So what questions do you all have? I see some things here. Oh, Blue Truth, thank you. Thank you for congrats on the book. I appreciate it. I was saying as a labor of love because it took 4 years for me to get this book out. It should not have taken 4 years, but I just haven't had time. The mentorship started off and I spend a lot of time with that mentorship program. I really do. So if I'm not answering questions in the chat, I'm helping somebody behind the scenes, offline. So I'll tell you about the mentorship in a moment. But finally, the labor of love is here. And I'm so excited to show you guys my new book. Okay. Let's see. New Life Praise and Worship says, who can I hook up with in the state of Florida to become a signing agent? You don't have to be with somebody in the state of Florida New Life. You don't. That's the whole point of our mentorship program. Our mentorship program is comprised of people from California, Florida, Texas, Georgia, Alabama, Utah, what is that? Nevada, New Jersey. We got people from all over, okay? Because as I stated earlier, you may not have caught that. Your documents aren't going to just come from one state. So we're able to encourage each other. Doesn't matter what state you're in. Just like it's no different than I'm a woman. There's women in Alabama. There's women in California. All the women come together. We form a team, okay? That's how it is in our notary mentorship program. It doesn't matter. We have men and women in the group, all different states, all different parts in your journey. Some are more advanced. Some are just starting. So you can work the program at your leisure. You don't have to worry about, well, such and such has been in business for 6 months. Okay, you're just starting. We got you covered. This person may be doing loan signing. This person may be doing I-9. So we teach you how to have multiple streams. Now, not all at the same time, but how to offer multiple services. So when the business is slower doing loan signing, you can do something different. You can do apostilles and all of these different courses that we talk about, all 16, notary signing agent. I think I have a picture in the book. Yes, I do. In the book. These are all the courses that we offer, not to mention Chat GPT. I mean, all the additional little trainings that we do live weekly. So I guess this would be a good time to tell you about the mentorship program. So let's start with the core on-demand course library. So we got Notarize Like a Pro, teaches you how to properly notarize. Then you have specialty general notary work, because everything starts with being a great notary. Going into the hospitals, how to do jail signings. Then we have loan signing A to Z, which is the course that corresponds with this book. Okay, how to be a great loan signing agent, master apostilles, wedding officiant, Google My Business, how to build your business course, estate packages, remote online notary, and fingerprinting translation services. There's a tax course, a pricing and marketing course, straight up marketing. So, I mean, we got you covered literally every place in your notary business. That's why the whole year of 2025, whenever you're watching this, 2027, 2028, 2029, 30, whatever, we got you covered, okay? And everything you need to do your business. No more excuses. No more excuses. People are like, well, training costs too much. Training is this, training is that. Those days of those type of trainings are over, okay? We have access to everything you need, one flat price, all inclusive, including mentorship, weekly live trainings. We're going to have a live training tonight at 7. It's at 7 tonight. If you're catching this later, you can always go back and catch the replays of all the trainings. And that's a blessing. Now, if you join mentorship today, you still get access to all the trainings we had for the last over a year. You know, you get access to everything. So, and the trainings are Chat GPT, how to do Google reviews. They're very in-depth. Everything we do is just top-notch around here. So I'm pretty proud and pretty stoked to roll out my new book. And also you can check out mentorship. Again, if mentorship is not for you, that's fine. You can buy the courses, any one of them you like, for 60% off. Coupon code is WIN2025. And that's 60% off. That percentage off is not off the mentorship. I should be clear. I think it is clear if I say the courses, the mentorship program is a mentorship, and then you got courses, and then you got books, and you got all this other stuff, right? So get in where you fit in, but we would love to be a part of your journey. What other questions do we have today? I see we got some new people that have joined us. We're talking about becoming a notary signing agent. Is it too late? And it's not. It is not too late. If you have not checked out the new journal collection, I'm telling you guys, oh my God. It is beautiful. I'm going to have to open the door and have Jeffrey bring me the journals. Hold on. I should have brought them with me. Hold on. Jeffrey, me more. Can you bring me the journals from downstairs, please? Can you bring me the journals from downstairs? In the living room, please? Sorry about that. But I wrote out a whole journal collection, and they are beautiful. I love them. So in the journal, though, and you'll need a journal for your loan signing work. Okay. And just in case you are just still a little hesitant about should you even get the book or whatever, start out with my free resource, Become a Loan Signing Agent. There's a whole tip sheet at Notary Educators under the free resource tab, okay? So start there, okay? That way you can start and just kind of see, do I really want to do this? Is this something I'm interested in? You ever took on a project and you're like, oh, I don't know, I shouldn't have did that. I spent $2,000. I did that recently, actually. Not recently. I did it, last year? Almost 2 years ago. I took a what is that course? Thank you, babe. Step back, I'll get it. Okay. I got it. Thanks. Oh, hold on. Thank you. Okay. Let me show you the journals right quick, and I'll tell you my little story. So this is one. Isn't that cute? I love the journal. So any flavor you want, they come in hard copy and paperback. This is the one with the cards on it. I did a whole thing the other day on how to fill out the journal correctly, okay? But all these different journals, so the day of your grandmother's journal is over. We have all these cute journals. Look at that, marble. Another one, this is for my guy folks or those who love cars. Yes, we got you covered. Check it out, the purple. All right, I got a couple more. This one ended up being my favorite with the cats and the dogs. I love it. These journals are amazing. They have everything literally you need in it to write, okay? Thumbprint, everything you need. Place where your dollar amount, how much you're charging, your travel fee, your stay fee, number of stamps. You need all of that information. So we got you covered. So anyway, what I paid money on that I regret, not really regret, because I still learned something. You could always learn something, but I decided I don't want to implement it as part of my business. So I bought and paid $2,000, literally. I'm not exaggerating, $2,000 for a immigration training. And it was a really nice training. I enjoyed it, but I have no interest in doing immigration documents. Why? Because it takes too long. I'm just not ready. Look at them journals, y'all. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Any journal you want. Okay. Yeah, I'm not interested in doing immigration documents. So the reason I came to that conclusion was because your girl like quick money. Okay. I love general notary work and loan signings because it's quicker money. Especially general notary work. I can go to a hospital and make, 75, 100, 150, whatever, in a matter of 30 minutes. Okay. I did a job the other day. Now my sister wanted to do the business because she saw me charge $200 for an apostille. She was like, what? So my sister may be joining us very soon, y'all. She couldn't believe it. And it's real money. I'll tell y'all about that. I have the apostille course, so you don't have to pay $200 for it. It's either $77 if you want to buy it, or $77 if you want to buy it, or $47 part of mentorship. And it's not no watered down course. It's the real deal. Lisa said, tell her to come on. Oh, yeah. Lisa met my sister. She served as a witness for me before. Lisa's doing well, too. How are you, Lisa? I'll see you tonight, right? So anyway, yeah, my sister's thinking about it. She was like, no, you did not charge that man $200. And it was so funny because he had told me that one of the documents didn't need to be notarized. And my sister's looking at the documents as she and I are standing there. And she was like, no, this document needs something on it, Kim. I was cracking up because I was like, look at Karen. Okay, get it, girl. We were all K. So it's Kim, Karen, and Kathy. Kathy is my baby sister that we lost, which is Alexis's mother. For those of you who may not know, Alexis is our other trainer. Her mom is my baby sister. Her name was Kathy. And my dad would call her Catalina Cat. So it's a new person that I'm worshiping with now. Their child name is Catalina. And every time I hear that, I think about my sister. It doesn't make me sad. It just makes me remember. I can't explain that. But I guess it does make me a little sad because I'm like, that's what my dad used to call her, Catalina Cat. So anyway, that's Kathy, the baby girl who we lost in 2019. And my sister that's thinking about the business. Hey, Super Cool. My sister who's thinking about the business is Karen. So she's actually thinking about it. Yeah. She's thinking about doing the notary business. I forgot if I was telling y'all a story or not. I forgot. But anyway, yeah, so it's many different things you can do with your notary commission. If you have any questions, guys, go ahead and feel free to drop them. I will be hanging out a little while today. I see we got some new people that joined us. We talked about how to become a notary signing agent. We talked a little bit about everything. So you know you're going to always walk away filled up. Tonight's session, the live training mentorship, is just an open session. So we're going to talk, every week we talk about whatever everyone wants to talk about. But tonight I don't really have a topic. Tonight I have more of a story as to something that happened to me recently. So you got to either join mentorship or catch a replay of it. But I'm going to talk about that just to get things started. And yeah, so mentorship is amazing. Do you do in-person training? I do not do any in-person training. I do not. Everything now I'm leaning towards the mentorship program, or you can purchase the courses self-paced. I still refer people to Angela if you want. Angela was our trainer that was with us for 3 or 4 years. So if you want Angela to train you, you can reach out at Notary Educators, LLC.com, and I'll forward it over to her. She's doing, she will do in-person. If you are here locally, she will. Shoot, if you pay her the right amount of money, she probably fly out to you. We all know how Angela is about the money, right? So yeah, I'm still referring in-person training to her. I talked to her about that. She's no longer with Notary Educators, but yeah. So yeah, send me the request super coop at Notary Educators LLC at gmail.com, and we will handle that for you. Okay. Ashanti says, hi, where do we find the forms for jurats and acknowledgments? Go to your website, your state website, and you can get those. Okay. The NNA, if you're a member of the NNA to pay the $69 per year, they have access to those acknowledgments and jurats. All right. But I also encourage you to purchase the stamps, because it's just easier if you have to add one to a document. So I carry both in my bag. I carry paper acknowledgments, I carry paper jurats, and then I also have the stamps. 95% of the time I'm using stamps, not paper. Okay. Rashante says, I take my class Wednesday and Lord willing I pass. If so, when I get commission, I will sign up for the mentorship. Oh yeah, welcome. We love to have you. And you're going to be fine. We're going to claim it, honey. We are claiming it that you're going to pass that already. All right? Not if. I know some states are a little bit trickier when it comes to passing those tests. So just take your time. Just take your time. Don't rush. Reading is fundamental. Read the question. A lot of times, even in mentorship, it's like, we just had an incident. I'm going to call it an incident. But we just had something happen last week where someone was like, oh, I can't notarize this document, and they missed the opportunity because they didn't read, you know. And once they read what their state law says and they took time to really read and process. I remember when we were in school, I don't know if they still do it now, but we had to take like a reading thing annually, reading and comprehension. It's a difference to read something and then reading and then comprehend what you read. There's a complete difference. And now that I'm older, and I see this in my businesses, you know, in my training, and then even in my notary business, because I have my own notary business, not just an education business. I have a notary business. In my own notary business, I'm like, do you need a witness? They're like, nope. I'm like, did you read the form? Yeah. And I get there, they need to. The document don't move without a witness. So they're not reading it. Take your time, read the context. So when you're taking your test, take your time, read the context. You know, take a deep breath. It's not, even if it is timed, like you have to be done within an hour, still take your time. Okay, because if you rush through it, it ain't right. You ain't gonna pass. So just take your time. Reading is fundamental, okay? And then we'd love to have you in mentorship. Ashanti says, thanks. I will be taking your apostille course. You're so welcome, Ashanti. Yeah, the apostille course is amazing. Again, it's not a watered down course. Everything we give you is the full legit course. And once you learn how to do apostilles, that's going to change your life. I mean, that's the game changer. So money-wise in my business, this is how it looks to make the most. Okay, I do everything. I will do a $50 job, and I did a whole video on this. If you do $50 times one a day, that's $1,500 a month. Could you do something with an extra $1,500 per month? Most people could, okay? If you can afford to do one per day. I'm just using that number for math's sake and keep it simple. But one per day at $50, that's 30 days, is $1,500. That'll pay something, okay? If you do 2 a day, that's $3,000, okay? If you learn how to do loan signings and you can get a couple of those, you start adding those at $100. One a day. Just say one a day. Just say, okay? You ain't gonna always get one a day because I don't. I could, but I don't even want to. Sometimes I don't want to drive that far. So where I don't want to do it, you may want to do it. That's why when people say, is the market oversaturated? No. Let's go back to that really quick. It's not oversaturated because, again, I'm in the metro Atlanta area. Certain jobs I'm just not going to do. Somebody called me the other day to go to Canton. I'm like, I'm not going to Canton. For me, that's like an hour and probably a half. I would go if they pay me enough, right? But just to say, hey, do you cover Canton? No. But if you're going to pay me $200, $250, I'll probably go out to Canton for you. I've driven that far for that amount of money before. You know, for me, I think $200. I think I did a 2-hour drive, Jeffrey and I, before, and we charged them like $200. So, but now at this day, I have more experience. I probably would charge them like $300, and people will pay you. Sometimes they literally cannot find a notary in this day and age. So is the market oversaturated? No. And then is it oversaturated? No, because we already talked about people don't know what they're not doing. But the other reason it's not oversaturated is because, again, many of us have so many limitations onto what we will do and what we will not do. You know, we like, I ain't doing that. I don't work before 8 o'clock. I don't work after 5 o'clock. I don't do this. I don't do that. Right? So that's an opportunity for you. That's an opportunity for you. Even when my sister, me and her were talking about the business, and I was telling her, I typically don't start my business till 11. Okay? I don't start till 11. I'm going to come back to this comment from Sharon. I don't start working until 11 because I'm a late riser. Okay? I did my time where I had to get up at 5 o'clock in the morning and be somewhere by 7. Okay? I did all that. So I'm not insensitive to people when they have to do those schedules. But right now I get to choose what I want to do. But I'm a late night bird too. So I do signings at 9 o'clock. I had that guy, that apostille I told you me and my sister did the other day. I picked it up from him on Saturday. I took it down to Secretary of State on Monday. He came and picked it up. He missed his deadline on Monday. I was going to drive it to him, and then he didn't answer the phone. So that was that. I wasn't going to keep playing games with you. I gave him one shot. I was going to drop it off for him, which was not included. I typically charge a travel fee if I got to bring it back to you. Okay? So I didn't do that, and he missed his deadline. I was going to take it to him for free. I said, well, if I can't get you between 9 and the next 10 minutes, you have to come pick it up. So he came and picked it up, but not that night. He came and picked it up Tuesday night. He said, hey, it's 9 o'clock. Is that too late? No. So like I said, I'll take signings 9, 10 o'clock at night. So I'm a late bird. Other people prefer to do it early in the morning. They may open as early as 6. Some people 24 hours. So there's a lot of room in there where I cannot do every single signing. I'm super notary in my area, okay? Super notary extraordinaire. I love that. That's a good name for a business. Somebody can steal it. I ain't gonna be mad at you, super notary extraordinaire. I'm not gonna be mad at you. You don't owe me no money for that. That's just a freebie right there, okay? But anyway, yeah. So in my area, yeah, I'm dominating, but I can't do everything. So that's another reason why I would love to have her to become a notary, because if it's something I can't do, I can refer to her, and her business can grow. That's how Angela got started. I had so much work, I was referring it to her. Next thing you know, she opened a business. Next thing you know, she working for us. We working together, whatever. And, you know, now she doing her thing. So I pray my sister can join me. It would be nice. Let's see. Sharon says, hey, Kimmy, I love your course. Welcome, Sharon. Well, I see you tonight. I love your course. You are definitely the best for an affordable price. I have been referring you to other notaries and upcoming notaries. Thank you. I appreciate it. And I hope it's not just about the price, Sharon, even though I appreciate the compliment, honey, but I know we are dropping knowledge and gems also. So, and the reason I keep it affordable is not because the quality of the courses are less than, okay? because easily prior to me offering a mentorship, the courses were selling, right? But I got the reasoning, everybody can't afford to pay $500 for my whole package or $600 for the whole package. They can't. So I was like, what can I do really to help the notary community? And for me, it came back mentorship. And it took me 4 years to create the mentorship program. If you've been watching us anytime, people will always say, y'all got to have a mentor program. You got to have a mentor program. I was not going to roll it out until it was right. I was not. I didn't want to roll it out just under the pretense of, let these people pay me monthly. No, I need to bring it. Whatever I put my name on, you're only as good as your name. Another gem, guys. You're only as good as your name, okay? Your business name, whatever that is, ABC Notary, ABC Notary 1, deliver what you tell people you're going to do, okay? So when I rolled out mentorship, it needed to be right. And in my case, for what did that look like? For me, mentorship at first was, actually, this wasn't even mentorship. At first, I gave access to the training library. That's how it got started. It was doing well. People were just like, you gonna let me watch all your courses for $39? What? Yes. So then my husband says, and I'm talking to him, I was like, you know what? I really want to do more for the people though. I really want people to grow. And the only way they're gonna do that is having access to me. But how do you get access to me when I'm running my own business? I just couldn't see how to make that work. I just couldn't. And also a lot of times when people were asking us about mentorship when we first started, it was really like, can I call you to see what color my business card should be? Can I call you to see if I could take an expired ID? Can I call you? Can I be 24 hours for them? No. You got to put something into it. I can't help you at the signing table and you don't know what you're doing. You've not taken any training, but you want me to be your mentor. No, that's not how it works. Even in our real mentorship program that we have now, if you've not taken a training, I can't help you. So I tell people, I'm very clear. Do not put on your card. Do not put on your website. Don't say you can do something and you don't know how to do it. I'm very clear. I will stand on that from now till kingdom come, because you will not succeed. We've had it happen in mentorship. People did something on the job they wasn't supposed to do. And it's like, well, why did you do that? First of all, you got access to us. You shouldn't be out there just willy-nilly. If you got a question, you got to be humble enough to say, hey, I need some help, okay? I'll take calls at midnight, okay? Me and my husband was on vacation somewhere. It wasn't really a vacation, but we wasn't at home. So for me, anytime I'm not at home, it's a vacation. But we were somewhere. And it was midnight because I got people on California time. I got people in Nevada time, you know? They're on a different time zone. So my girl had a apostille or something in California. And for my time, it was midnight. For her, it's 9 o'clock. And I was like, whoa, wait a minute. He was like, Kim, who you talking to? I said, hey, such and such got a signing. We got to help her. So, I mean, we do it, honey. That's why I have zero tolerance for a whole lot of nonsense. I just do. Because I bring it. So if we're not your cup of tea and it didn't go the way you think it should, and we can't come to a resolution, I can help you kind of figure it out. You can't reason on it. Some people don't like my teaching method. If I feel like you should know something, I'm going to push back and say, hey, tell me what that process is again. I already know we done went through this, me and you, okay? Because a lot of it is I call you if I have to. We start everything in the chat because each one teach one. But if I have to call you during mentorship, I will. But I've had people where it's like, they get offended. I'm paying you for mentorship. You should be able to tell me. You paid $47, access to 16 courses. I'm going to help you, but I need to make sure you're capturing what you're learning. And if you're not, then that means I need to teach it differently. I need to help you a different way. But again, my teaching method may not be for you because I'm not the person going to sit here and hold your hand all the way through. I just don't have time for that. I just don't, because we're pretty thorough in how we teach. We got the receipts, you know, we love teaching. It shows. But I cannot just put it in there, and I don't have time to kind of babysit. You know, we're fully grown. We're doing notary boss stuff over here, right? I'm not looking for employees. I'm training you to be a boss of your company. So, you know, again, some people may not like that. So I may push back and say, hey, Charlene, can you tell me what that process is when you go to do ABC? Or, hey, Lisa, can you tell me what should be the process? Or are you sure about such and such? So, in that way, I know you're learning. And you won't ever forget it because you're going to be like, oh, Kimmi said, she asked me that question. So, I'm not being mean. It's just, oh, let me see, guys. I got this call here. Hold on. Let me see, can Jeffrey call this person? Let me get this call. I'm so sorry, y'all. I'm going to answer your question. Well, you know what? Let me just send them a message. Hold on. I'm going to tell them I'm at another appointment, which I am. Let's see, do they get that? I hate missing calls, y'all. I'm missing money. That's why I wanted to be on the other one so I can answer. Okay, let's get these comments. So, hey, is it Deasia? Hi, Deasia. How are you? Sharon says, no. You have been bringing all the gems for sure. You have me feeling confident. Oh, great, Sharon, because I was like, girl, don't get the $47 twisted. It's just because I'm really trying to help the community. I'm really trying to help the community. And it's working. It's working. It's working for you. It's working for me. So, yeah, I'm stoked about the mentorship program. So that's why I kind of went on that tangent. Because don't let the price fool you, honey. Do not. We bring it every day. Every day, all day, 7 days a week. The chat is open 7 days a week. I'm in the chat, Jeffrey's in the chat, Lex is in the chat, somebody in the chat. And if we have to call you, that's when we will. Okay, that's how we're able to conserve our energies because it's no way we can just talk to everybody all day long. Okay, here the client says, how much do you charge to do a quick claim deed? So I'm on this live with you guys. So if a client is reaching out to me, I'm at another appointment. I would tell them I'll call them in about 15 minutes. Hold on, how long? I got 7 minutes. I'm going to say, hi, I will call you in 10 minutes for details. Hold on. So I have pre-typed messages. I will call you in 10 minutes and let them know. And if they can't wait for me, they just cannot. And I'll put in there, it would be my pleasure to help. Okay. So I need to type this message right quick. Hold on. It would be my pleasure to assist. Okay. So I want them to know, hey, I want your business, but I'm on my live right now. All right. So let's see. Sharon says she's feeling more confident. So we appreciate that. Rashante says you are so authentic. Oh, they said thank you. So see, I didn't lose the business. And this is what I teach you. Okay, we did a whole session on this. If you are not available, I ain't trying to miss no money even though I'm on my live. Typically, I'll say, hold on, y'all, and let me go get the call. But I didn't want to do that today because when I do that, sometimes it throws my live off. So I told them, hey, I'll call them. And actually, I'm going to call them in, I said 10 minutes. So I'm going to stay with y'all for 4 more. And then I got to go so I can be early. So I might tell my client, hey, I'll be with you in 10 minutes, but I know I'm calling them in 5, okay? Give myself a little leeway there. All right. Same thing when I'm going to an appointment. If my appointment is at 3 and I get there at 3, I'm late. Okay? You ever heard that before? Get there in 10 minutes early. That helps your confidence level too. I talk about that in many videos. Get there early enough where you can sit and unwind. Woosah. So you can have your papers and not be dropping them and running and walk in like, I just made it. No. Get there early. All of that goes to your confidence level, okay? Rashante says, you are so authentic and this is what people need. I appreciate it. Shar. Hey, Shar. Yes, I'm back. I've been working so much with the mentorship program, Shar. That's why I've been missing. How are you? Shar says, that's what we need. Sharon says, yes. LOL. Lisa said 100. Thank you, guys. I'm glad y'all appreciate it because these are my people that are really doing well. And even the 1 or 2 literally that have left. And actually, it's only been one person I could think of that really was just really upset with me about my teaching method, you know. And you guys know how I teach. The same way I teach here, I teach in class. Now, sometimes in class, I'm a little bit more real because we're doing real life. This is real, too. What you see is what you get. But I'm just saying over there, I don't have time to be playing. I need to make sure them documents are right. Because when you take that document back to and you scan it back and you saying you train with Notary Educators, I need to make sure that document is right. Not to mention, I want you to win. I don't want you sending back documents and it's not correct and then you looking crazy, you know? So Shar says conversations with early is on time. Get there. on time when you are, yes, if you get there on time, you are late. Yes, Shar, you are correct. Christina says kids these days are not taught this rule anymore. No, they're not. So to Christina's point and Shar's point, when you do some of these old-fashioned things, you're going to succeed. You're going to win. I have younger people that are attracted to my message because I could be on TikTok dancing. I could do all that too. And not that I won't eventually, because I don't mind doing a little dance, y'all. I ain't afraid of moving. But I'm more about the real deal in the sense that that's cute. That's cute, all the TikTok. But what you really learning? What you really doing out there? Is it going to grow your business? Is it going to grow your business? So we need to be talking facts. We got some of that old-fashioned stuff like manners. Please, hello, thank you. Okay? That's what's going to take you next level. Even with your younger generation, they may not do it, but they appreciate it when you call a young man sir. A young woman, even though she may not be dressed appropriately, ma'am, or young lady, respect. Young people are all about respect. Yeah, respect me. Yeah, respect me. Please, child. Okay? That's another story for another day. But young people all the time, they don't respect me. You don't respect me. Who are you? You need to be respecting me. But my point is that even they want respect, even though they may not give it. You understand what I'm saying? All right, let's see what else we got going on here. Prince Fabio says, my commission will be here any day, and I can't wait to get started with Notary Educators. It would be our pleasure. So we are glad. We'll be looking for you, okay? I'm going to take these last few comments, and then I got to go call my client. Christina says, amen. Shar Willie says, Kimmi is going to do a shimmy. I know, right? You're going to be like, look at Kimmi on YouTube. Ooh. Okay. I mean, TikTok. Hey, Jasmine. Harlem Shake. All right, Jasmine always got to come with the hate. Was that too odd? What do new people do nowadays? Well, it didn't change that much, right? Just a head pop. All right, guys. Well, check out the new book, okay? Become a Notary Signing Agent. Bam! It's not that complicated. So, guys, I got to run so I can get that client so I can be within my 5 minutes. I told them 10, right? All right. Y'all so crazy. I will see you guys again soon, okay? Until later, much success to you. Bye!
Thanks for tuning in to the Notary Educators with Kimmi podcast. We hope you found today's episode helpful and inspiring as you build your notary business. Don't forget to explore our all-inclusive $47 monthly training notary library for more resources to expand your skills and services. Stay connected with us on YouTube at Notary Educators with Kimmi for even more tips, tricks, and industry insights. Be sure to subscribe and share this podcast with others who want to succeed in the notary field. Until next time, keep growing and learning, and take your notary business to the next level. See you soon! Don't forget, for all things notary related, visit notaryeducatorsllc.com.